Hi, this is Sarah with Posh Pooch Designs, and today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this dog collar. This one is made out of Red Heart Cordial or Cordial. I've heard it pronounced both ways. I'm not sure which way it's pronounced. And you're going to need a little bit of that. It takes maybe an ounce or so depending on the size that you make. And I'll explain to you how to make it wider and longer when we get ready to do the regular part. But what you're going to need, isn't Maximo a good boy? He is a good boy. All right, buddy, I'm going to put you down so you can go lay on your blanket. Good boy. All right, now, this is a free pattern on my blog. And it's just called the Dog Cord Collar and Leash. And we're going to make a leash as well. The technique is the same, and I'll show you how to do that as well, how to do the technique. Now, what you're going to need, like I said, you're going to need either this cord, or you can also use craft cord. And here's what that looks like. This is the brand that I bought, $1.97 I think. Or you can use parachute cord. They all work just fine. I like this Red Heart Cordial because it has a little bit of stretch and it's a little softer, a little easier to work with. What you're also going to need is a D-ring. And the size that I'm making for Maximo, this one is, I put my thing here so I could show you, it measures 3/4 of an inch. Okay, where's my one? There it is. Well, maybe that's closer to an inch. Let's see. No, it's 3/4 of an inch. All right. Now, if you're going to make it a little wider, bigger dog, you can use a bigger D-ring. And I'll explain that to you in a little bit. And then you're also going to need some clips. These are called paracord buckles. Now you can get any kind of a clip. You can get a metal or a plastic. I'm using this small one. And this one, you get 12 in there. And it's just, and they're multicolor, like this. And I'm using this small one. Now, for bigger dogs, you're going to need a bigger clip. And they have several sizes of these paracord clips at Hobby Lobby and also Joann's that I've seen them. So that's what you're going to need. You're going to need a clip, you're going to need a D-ring, and you're going to need your yarn. Now, you're also going to need 2 crochet hooks. At the beginning, when we're putting the cord on the clip, you're going to need a smaller crochet hook, and that's just so that you can feed it through the small slot. We won't be crocheting with this one. This one is a, let me see, I believe that's a, let's see, that's a F. I thought it was a G. It's an F. And we're just using it to pull the thread, the crochet yarn or cord that we're using. But we're going to be crocheting the project in an H. All right? And that's what we're going to do. Now, when it comes time to make a leash, the technique is the same, except you'll be using a clip like this. We'll be crocheting over this edge to make the leash. But we'll get to that at the end to explain how that works, okay? Now, since we're all ready to go, the free pattern's on my blog. I'll put that link in the comments. I've got my crochet hooks, my clip, and my yarn and my D-ring. So I'm going to bring the screen down so you can see what my hands are doing. There we go. Now, I'm going to begin with the small hook. Set my other one aside over here. I don't need my D-ring just yet. We're going to be beginning with this. And this comes apart, but I find it easier to work with if I leave it together, and then I don't lose the other half. Now, what we're going to do with our cord is we're going to, oh, let me grab my glasses so I can see my hands a little better because I'm getting a little blind. You're going to put your hook through there. And then you're going to grab that cord and pull it through just like that and make a single crochet. And then we'll make 2 more single crochets. For the small dog and this size clip, I do 3 single crochets. Now, it's up to you how wide you want it. The thing is, if you get a bigger clip, just do as many single crochets as fit in that bigger clip. Because if you use a bigger clip, you want a wider collar. And that's all we do there. And now I'm done with my tiny little F hook, and I'm going to set that one aside and get my H hook. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn just like this. Put my yarn over there. We're going to put our hook through the first single crochet. On this, just a reminder, the chain 1 is a turning chain. It does not count as a crochet because we want 3 tight crochets along there. So we're going to go in the first crochet, one single crochet in each of the 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and this last one, because it's got a loose loop, just be real careful, as we'll have to weave that in later. Okay, so that now we have 3 single crochets, chain 1, and turn. Now here's where you can make a decision. If you feel like that these are too loose, if you're a loose crocheter, you might want to go back to your smaller hook so that your stitches are nice and tight. Okay, I'm going to stay with my H so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to repeat that again for one more row. 1, 2, 3 single crochets, chain 1, and turn. And now we want to add our D-ring. And the way we do that is we lay it right there. We chained 1 and we turned. Let me pull out some more yarn there. And we're going to go through our first single crochet and then also through the D-ring, just like that. Pull a loop through and single crochet. And we'll do that on each of these 3 single crochets. And this D-ring gives us a place to hook our collar and our tags on. Some people actually add 2 so they can put their tags on one and their collar, or their leash, I mean, on the other. Just like that, we single crochet across, going through the edge of our D-ring, and that holds it on there nice and secure. Chain 1 and turn. I have to pull that off of there. For some reason, my yarn didn't want to come out. All right, and now for the rest of the collar, we're going to chain 1, and then 1 single crochet in each single crochet. And it really is a good idea to pull nice and tight and keep your stitches consistent. There's the next row. Can you see how that looks? And this one is a little loose, and I have to go back with my needle and weave in that in real good. Something else that you can do, once you get it weaved in and you've got this frayed knot, my son-in-law lights them with the lighter real quick because there's a little bit of plastic in that, and then snuffs them out, and it works really good to keep the edge from fraying. All right, so the remainder of this collar, we're going to do chain 1, 1 single crochet, and the 3 single crochets. Now, you need to determine how long you want your collar. So what you'll need to do with your tape measure is measure your dog's neck. Maximo's neck is about 11 inches. Now, when you're measuring for the length of your collar, you need to make sure you measure across your clip right there, because you'll have yarn on that side. Measure right there and across until you reach the length that you need. Okay, so you'll continue this same technique till you reach the amount of inches that you need. All right, I'm going to set this one aside because I've got one over here already. I put a green hook on, or a clip on this one. I've got my D-ring attached, and then I've got the length that I need. I already did the weave in on this end, tied it in there nice and tight with my needle. It's real important when you weave in your ends to use a needle so you can get in and out and in there tight. Okay, so now we need to attach this end to this end. So what you're going to do, make sure you turn and don't twist your clip. And I leave it on there. It just, to me, it just helps. And I'm going to switch back to my F hook. And we don't want to chain 1 right there. I want to chain one with my F hook, just because I want it nice and tight. Just make sure you pull it nice and tight. And now I'm going to show you how to attach the other end of the collar. So you're going to lay it on there just like we did with the D-ring. Go in your first single crochet, go in that edge of the collar, yarn over and pull it through there. And it's a little tricky sometimes. That's why I like the smaller hook for this. And then come back through your single crochet, pull it nice and tight, and then pull through your 2 loops for your first single crochet. And you'll do this 3 times because we have 3 single crochets. So there it goes. I find it easier if I just pull it through the little loop on the clip and then pull that same loop through that next stitch and yarn over through both. I'll show you again just in case I didn't make sense. Okay, so we're going to go through our single crochet. I like to push it over a little too, it kind of helps. And then go through the end of the clip, yarn over, and pulled it right through the clip. And then I pulled it right through that last single crochet, yarn over, and single crochet. I'm going to put one chain one there just to hold it tight so I can show you. And this is the way your collar looks. Now we'll need to clip this and weave in this end. Make sure you get a nice big needle that you can get through the cord. You don't have to worry too much about getting through stitches because this is nice and stretchy and you can get it in between. And that's another thing to remember when you're measuring your collar for your dog, is that if you use the cordial, it's a little bit more stretchy than the craft cord or the paracord. Okay? Now, in order to make the matching collar, you're going to do, starting with chain, you're going to have 4 single crochets. And you're going to begin with your H hook, and you're going to have 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then get through there, silly thing. And then you're going to have 1 single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then 1 across. And you're starting like this because we're going to hook that hook on at the end. Chain 1. What are you growling at, buddy? Must hear an airplane or something outside. We live somewhat in the country, and sometimes they hear strange noises and they growl. Love my puppies, though. Love my puppies. Okay, so then you're going to have 3 single crochets just like we did on this. Only you're going to make it the length that you want for your dog. Now on my pattern, I had you do this for 33 rows. Okay. Then after you do 33 rows, you're going to bend that over to make a loop similar to this for a handle. And then you'll single crochet across both edges, and then you'll single crochet again, 3 single crochets on each row with a chain 1 for up to 134 rows. And then once you get there is when you will attach your clip like this. And you'll do the same thing. The way we ended this one, you'll do the same thing. You'll put 3 single crochets or however many. Now, if you made your collar thicker, you'll probably want to get a more heavier weight clip. And these they have in a whole bunch of different sizes. And at your hardware store, these are a little cheaper than the craft store. I just remember that. So, and that's really all you do to make the collar. It's a great little collar and something that I think is fun. I'm going to go ahead and put the screen back. Something that I think is, oops. Oh, there we go. Almost lost my camera. Something that I think is really fun about these collars. Come here, Max. Come here, buddy. Everybody wants to see your pretty collar. Come here. He's laying on the chair over there. Something that is really neat about these collars is you can get any color of cord and make them in different colors. Like if you wanted to make one that looked like a police dog, you could do blue and black. If you wanted to do one and say animal cruelty, against animal cruelty, purple and orange, whatever colors that you want. And you can go along and stripe it. So you can do however that you would like to do with these collars. It's a lot of fun to make a little custom collar for your dog. And like I said, you can make it as wide as you want and as long as you want, because basically it's a single crochet. It's a really fun beginner project too. So Maximo, say bye. Isn't he precious? Well, thank you for watching my video today. And basically I wanted to answer some questions that I got about hooking onto the clips. And I hope that helps you out. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And have a positively barktastic day.